Hello out there in YouTube land. Woody Sedeca, Woody the Woodpecker. What is up, big man? How are you?
Pretty good, man. Just chilling, loving life,
Yeah, so you,
watching some lacrosse.
yeah, I was just gonna say, we weren't sure if you were gonna be there or not, but you're actually at the Shaw right now.
Yeah. I'm here right now watching my son's midget practice.
So your son's midgets, so he'll be heading up to juniors soon, and then it's just a matter of time before he'll be playing in the Can-Am. So fitting we get to do this inaugural show from, I'm at home, but you're at the Shaw, so that is just awesome. I appreciate you taking the time to do it. And for anybody who doesn't know, Woody is the owner of Grandma's Approved, and if you've watched any of our streams, you've definitely seen that pop up. So huge thank you to Woody for that. And also, you got the kids' game streamed last year, but let's first just start at the beginning of this. When did you start playing lacrosse?
Oh man, I started playing when I was like 4 years old. Man, I started playing. I grew up playing for Newtown Golden Eagles.
Uh-huh. And so I just realized Newtown, I was doing a little research talking to Ryan Lewis. So Newtown's won the President's Cup, what, three times?
I'm not sure exactly how many times, but I know they've won it a few times. Yes.
So it's two or three times. We'll have to get a final
Yeah.
answer on that. But so I just realized Newtown is actually the reigning champs in the Can-Am when it comes to the President's Cup.
It'd be between. I would say between them and Onondaga. They're always the two powerhouses.
It is, but
Well,
Onondaga
Onondaga's been
2010 and 2014 is when Onondaga won it.
Yep. But both teams have been there multiple times. So I mean, out of all the teams in the Can-Am, those two teams have been there the most.
Yeah, no, they have well represented. So so you grew up out there by Newtown. You played all your youth through the Golden Eagles program.
Yeah. I grew up on the Cattaraugus territory, playing for the Golden Eagles. Went to high school out in Silver Creek, and then I got older, and then I started playing lacrosse in Fort Erie up in Canada. Played some Junior B one year up in Six Nations for the Rebels when I was younger. And then when I got older, came back home and started sticking locally to the res. And back then they had a team called Pinewood Smoke, and then that's the team that me and my brother used to play for.
So Pinewood Smoke, they played in the Can-Am.
Yeah, they used to be a Can-Am team.
So where were
Yep,
they out of?
they would play out of the Gillet Arena.
So was Newtown and them both playing out of Gillet at the same time?
Oh yeah. I remember at one time, man, there used to be three teams playing out of the Gillet and the CCC at one time. There used to be another team called the Native Sons, but they have recently folded up over the past few years before COVID. But they were a powerhouse when they existed as well too.
Yeah, it seems like there is a ton of talent, and so I mean, the guys that I know, mainly, I guess Snow would come to mind, but I mean, just the Snow talent that's out in Newtown right now is crazy. So I mean, I can imagine you growing up out there and playing forever. There's just probably generational. I know mainly the Onondaga guys, which is funny that you're there now. But I mean, I'm sure Newtown is a very similar program. I got to talk to Scotty Lay before the last game, and he's a cool guy too. He was like, "Man, I've been playing here since I was a little kid." He showed me with his hand. He's like, I was only probably like 2 foot tall, started. I've been playing forever. My dad, and I was like, "Wow, this." I just love how different all the teams are too. Because like Onondaga is it's a nation team. The
Hmm.
OAC and everybody's involved. So to hear that Newtown is it's managed by Scotty Lay. That's just such a cool thing. Tell me a little bit about that Newtown program if you know anything about it.
Oh man, well, when I played there before, and back in the younger days in the Gillet Arena, it was just beginning its foundation, and becoming to what it is nowadays. Man, it's just awesome. It's awesome to see there's multiple kids teams, and their minor system is, there's so many kids that come out for minors now, not just Newtown, every territory, every team in the NAMLA, which mainly the Can-Am all has a smaller minor team. There's no affiliation, I believe, yet, but
It's
um,
yeah, it's one of those things where like
yeah,
every Can-Am team is loosely based around a minors public run organization is how it
yeah,
seems to me as an outsider.
yeah, pretty much, So it's like a lot of the local native boys from each territory, and then the surrounding non-natives that like to play box lacrosse and learn how we rock and roll. And it's hard hitting and fast paced, and like everybody's starting to see now, box lacrosse toughens you up for that field lacrosse game.
If you grew up playing box lacrosse when you hit seventh grade and all of a sudden you're on a field, especially if you're one of these lengthy kids built like one of the like younger snow boys, you watch the way they can run. It's got to be crazy. It's like, oh, I got all this time, and the goalie's got no pads on compared to what I'm used to. This and the net's bigger. Are you serious, guys? I mean, yeah, that's got to be quite the adjustment. So, what was it like for you? Because so you probably didn't play field till when? Middle school?
I didn't play field lacrosse until I got to high school. Yeah, when I got to high school, that was like one of my first times playing field lacrosse, and I went to Silver Creek, and then my dad was coaching us at the time, and then I remember us always having some rowdy field lacrosse games because it was a whole team of box lacrosse players all trying to play field, and we played the game, we played real rough, and nobody really kind of liked how rough we were all the time.
Me and Charity were actually just talking about that tonight. Is how funny it's got to be. So like our kids grow up, we have a lot of youth field programs now. I mean, not
Hmm.
anything. Um, Most towns around us now have them. There's still a couple like our town doesn't have one. We'll be getting one here pretty soon, hopefully. But the to switch from box to field as opposed to being a 12-year-old going the opposite way is completely different. Like we watched that Tykes out at that Northeast Invitational, and I mean they're throwing checks and behind the back passes, and it's insane what the Tykes are doing.
Yeah, man, it's awesome. I mean, the kids are learning the game so much younger and faster and picking up on it, and there's just, they're it's good to see. It's good to see a lot of young kids. Even the Can-Am, man. Like me and my brothers were just saying this the other day. I can't believe how young the Can-Am has got. Because in my days when I was playing, the youngest guy on the team would be 25 years old, and nowadays, you got there's so many. Sometimes 20, 27. You're the older guy on the team.
Yeah, it is kind of crazy, and you always got to be aware of the old guy in a young man's sport. So whenever you see some of these wily veterans out here, and one of my favorite things is now that we've kind of started streaming and you're seeing it pick back up, you're seeing the passion. Alton's playing again, so you started playing again. How long's it been since you played?
Oh man, I haven't played in about a good 7 or 8 years, and once my boys started becoming older, I threw the goalie pads on and get out there in some pickup leagues and winter leagues just to encourage them and get them more into it, show them a few things, and just kind of like it. It's like it's one of those things where no matter how old you get, you can never get enough of it. I'm always drawn to it. I help ref now. I used to ref before COVID, but then I just got back into it this year. So I started helping out, refing the kids, like I just have a passion for the love of the game. I love being around the game. It's good medicine.
Yeah, no, that is a big thing that is different. There's a spirituality to the game. So, like, one of our favorite leagues to stream, obviously, is the Can-Am, and it's different. So, it's funny it's called the Can-Am, but really it is each nation. And so, the teams that I know is you've got the Allegheny Arrows. How long has Allegheny been around since you were a kid? As far as like the youth organization is still pretty much the same.
Yeah, I mean, let's see. The youth organization started up when I remember when I was a teenager. They used to play out of an outdoor box, which is used to be right in the same location where the ACC is located now. There used to be an outdoor box, and then that's where those boys first got their start. And now their organization and it's just blossomed. Now they're youth. They're pumping out pros out of that. In
Well,
Tonawanda, you got guys coming out of that are making it out of these minor systems and showing all these young men that it can be done.
Well, that's one thing. So essentially, the generation ahead of you, which would have been probably, your parents' generation, they really took pride in the sport and it becoming a world sport and really taking ownership of being ambassadors of it. So the each of these nations has dumped they've all run it differently, but they've dumped different ways. Like the ACC and the CCC are similar. The ACC is it's gorgeous. If you've never been to the ACC, go check it out, anybody. It's in Salamanca, and there's a museum located just outside of it. But even when you walk in there, just the stonework and like the pictures of the legends and the banners on the wall of guys that have played, the ACC is gorgeous. But now, like you said, you're seeing the benefit with these younger guys growing up, getting to play indoors. I mean, look at what happened with the Thompson brothers being able to grow up in Onondaga and having the Shaw and the field house to play in. I mean, and now you're working on something similar. Why don't you tell us where you're from and essentially just what nation you are now living in?
Oh, well, I reside in Seneca Falls. I'm a Cayuga native, otherwise known as the Gayokono in our language. And then, like I said, I run a dispensary and I just try to help out the game of lacrosse because, I mean, lacrosse has always been one of my first loves. And it's just, being able to have the ability to give back to the game I love. And I just want to see boys blossom and just see this sport go to the next level.
Yeah, and so the Cayuga Nation, they are uh, that's one of the original five nations in the Confederacy, correct?
Yep.
So, yeah, awesome to see it. I've been there. It's absolutely beautiful if you get a chance to go out there and check it out. But now let's jump into some highlights. I had a chance to, oh, hang on, I wasn't quite ready for the highlights. I lied. I had a chance to get out to one game so far this year, and it was a blast. Then we're going to get into talking the Allegheny game. You actually made it there, thankfully for us, so you can kind of sum up that game. But wow, this one, so Tusky only had seven guys. They came out firing fast. I thought for sure, I was like, okay, boys, they're going to try to score quick, get a little bit of a lead. But then, I mean, Newtown never let off the gas pedal in that first.
Yeah, yeah, man. They're Newtown's always been money, man. They know how to move that ball. These boys have been, like I said, these boys have been doing this since they were 7, 8 years old. And then by the time they become men, it's just second nature.
Yeah, I mean you're seeing plays like that. The offense moves well together. Not to mention, so they were essentially, uh, I mean, just look at the bench right there. You can see the difference in the lineup.
Yeah.
Tuskegee had like seven guys. Newtown, they're
Hmm.
deep. They're probably scratching guys.
Yeah. Yep. I went and watched Newtown and Allegheny when they played down at the Gillette last week, and then I got there a little after the game started, but one of my buddies told me that Newtown had to sit close to seven or more guys. They have so many good guys and so much talent on their team. Even their scratches are even healthy, good scratches.
Yeah, look at this one go right off his bucket. He just takes that like it's all right. This Marco Carso, I remembered his name from last year, but yeah, he's a blast to watch. You know him at all?
No, no. Let's see. I know of him.
Yeah, he played for Tusky. He's a absolute beaut out there. Here in snow, looking great as always. Newtown has a lot of very very fast guys.
Yeah, man. Speed kills.
The speed kills in this league. So you played quite a bit. What's the difference for those of our new fans that are kind of tuning in? Like we've got Josh in the chats, and he's a Firewolves fan, but he's never really probably seen a game live on concrete to get a understanding of what that really means for the speed of the game.
Oh man, it's crazy, dude. You gotta. It's as fast as the players make it. The when it's a good grudge match between two teams that are just playing hard, the ball moves super fast. You got to keep your head on a swivel. A lot of it's just action packed. It's hard hitting. A lot of pick and rolls. A lot
Yeah,
of
the
offense.
offense, the pick and rolls, you are definitely right. That is something that is, I guess, more of a basketball style offense, but the speed that that ball takes off of this concrete is crazy.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So, I mean, as we're going to talk about that other game in a little bit, but this always kills me. So, all these guys have full time jobs. Most of them have been there all day with the kids or coaching these youth programs. And then you see them come out here and they just put it all on the line. Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
beautiful
Well, it's
pickup.
because I mean, a lot of these boys grew up playing for the love of the game. So like, that love is what that's what they're radiating is like, it's the love and the appreciation of the sport.
Yeah, that was a crazy. Yeah, and like that play right there. So I mean, that kind of sums it up. Is this is just the craziest series of lacrosse plays. Like he gets it, and everybody makes a nice. Like somehow he gets it, steps through, and he saves it with his throat. Watch where he drops that ball out of.
Yeah.
Whoop. Oh wait, no, that one was under his armpit. I thought it was out of his throat. I was like, you got to be, yeah, kidding me. So you always played goalie?
Me, no, I used to run the floor. I used to be goalie. Now I ref, just kind of go wherever the game needs me.
Yeah, wherever the game needs you and what your body's feeling up to. That is one
Yeah,
thing I love
exactly.
about this though is so you can kind of take some smarter players and you'll see some guys play on offense that maybe aren't running the floor. I mean, look at Neil Powlis in the NABLL. He's what 50 years old or darn close to it, and he just still he'll get a hat trick in games.
Oh, heck yeah, man. It's just, smart IQ, court awareness. That's, I mean, like I said, that's things that these boys have everybody's been learning these things ever since they were, 4, 5, 6,
Yeah,
7, 8. Then by the time they're 9 and 10, they're picking and rolling. And it's just, then when they become this age, like, juniors and up, everything's second nature, it's just, they know where to be, when to be there. They get the IQ, the floor IQ is through the roof.
yeah. Austin Patty, this goalie played great for Tusky. They had a lot of shots, and I tell you, uh, that kid that played for Newtown, he's a beast. And somebody said he's really young. Like this is his first year in junior or seniors, I think. Mason,
Uh,
yeah. But either way, a phenomenal Mason. What the heck was his last name? I might be screwing that up, so I don't want to say it and screw something up. But he had an excellent game. Tusky didn't have a ton of opportunities, but I tell you, he shut down way more opportunity. This game could have been a lot different than the
mhm.
score was.
Oh yeah, it's always tough when like see Tuscarora have had a short bench. They're probably still hashing out a few things from their season last year.
Well, they got a ton of guys trying out for Senior A is one of their biggest problems. But
Yeah.
the IQ of what you see in Can-Am, like Snow goes through the crease and he realizes like I can't touch the ball, so I've just got to get out of the way and call somebody. But you see a ton of that beautiful
Yeah.
behind the back feed, and oh my goodness, what a save!
Hmm.
Yeah, Kettle got robbed on quite a few of them last. Yeah, he couldn't stop them all though. That Lucas Beaver, that kid's a beauty to watch play too. He's one of
Oh man,
those.
I used to play with him when I was older, and like right around when I quit running around, he was just coming up in the ranks, and I got the pleasure of playing with him and his brother for probably like 2 years. I used to set some picks for those guys and open those lanes up, and I just like to see them put the ball in the back of the net because they were good at it.
Oh yeah, they were. What'd you think? Did you get a chance to watch any of the interviews on the floor?
No, I didn't yet. I think I seen I caught just one of the one when the floor interview when he was talking to James Rickard.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah, when he was talking rebuilding year.
yeah, yeah. It's that's the tough thing. I mean, you show up, you win, and now everybody in Junior A is calling for guys. They've got 7 guys there. They've got quite a few guys that were. Oh yeah, I had to make this one dark. I could barely see that one go in. I don't know how the
Oh
ref
yeah,
saw that. That was crazy.
threading the needle.
Yeah. Even he's like, "Are you serious, bro? Come on." Nobody saw that one go in. I tell you, the second period for this was a lot different for Tusky. Oh boy,
Yeah.
sounds like things are getting exciting where you are.
Oh man, yeah. I think they're getting ready for a little scrimmage here.
Oh, all right. Well, at some point, we're going to have you turn the phone around so we can check them out. Wait till we're done with these highlights. But yeah, ooh, he just got flattened. That's what kills me is you see these guys, they just get laid out across concrete and they're just like, look at him. He bounces right back up and then throws that quick stick.
I mean, yeah, that's one of the first things they learn playing peanuts. Is peanuts and pikes. You learn how to take a hit, and the boys fall down. And it's come on, get back up, gotta run. You can cry later.
Yeah, run now, cry later. Oh my
Yep.
goodness. Did you see this save? He got just his glove on it. Kettle catches it and boom,
Oh,
barely gets
reset.
his. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. I tell you, the goalie play in here, and it makes or breaks some of these teams. You get a goalie with a cold night, or maybe their A goalie can't make it out on the floor. Whew,
Mm-hmm.
it happens fast, man. You get 4 or 5 goals on somebody, and by the time you even pull your goalie, it's already almost over.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful
I know
picture.
my when my brother used to play goalie back in the day, one of the things he used to say is as long as you make that first save, if that first shot goes in, man, oh, it just all seems to go downhill from there.
Yeah. And one of the big things is, oh, that was a beautiful knockdown. But like you tell your goalie too, you make the first save, we'll control the rebound, and
Yep.
you always see that if, especially with the talent that is here. So a lot of these guys are born with a stick in their hand, basically, or at least in their crib, and then shortly after that in their hand. They've literally had it for longer than they can walk, and you see how fast they move. I mean, that is insane.
Oh yeah. I mean, you go on to any one of the territories and you ride down the road, you'll always find boys playing pickup games, backyard games. I mean, that's where they learn it all the most, right there playing with their buddies, their cousins, their friends. It's just, it's the love of it, it's just and then, what you learn in the backyard, I used to always tell my boys, try to transform to when you're in the backyard playing. When you're in the backyard and everything's going right and the ball bounces your way, try to transform your mindset to that.
Well, you see when guys are smiling and having fun playing, how it is. And with a
Yeah,
lot of
yeah.
these guys have been playing forever. There's Ben Woodbury. He's been at Tusky for a while, just a great
Uh-huh.
veteran leader for their team. I think Newtown, man, they have got some great young talent. And so when Tusky went to President's Cup, they took, I think, 3 Newtown players with them
Oh yeah.
because you're allowed to call up guys, right? And I believe all
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm not sure exactly the total amount they're allowed to bring, but I know, I mean, teams have done that in the past. They'll pick up a good guy from the league, that they think maybe can help them out and win some face-offs or put some goals in or stop some goals for them. Everybody, towards the end, you want to take to the President's Cup the team that's the strongest you can make it because you're going up against Canada's best. Just the President's Cup is basically it's a tournament of all champions that are all representing their leagues from the Can-Am and then all the leagues going across Canada. So and then you always wind up against some when you play those Canadian teams. Few of them have a pro here or there, and it's just always good, tough, hard lacrosse, man.
like
You got to
that
bring your
right there, where the goalie comes out and just throws the pick behind the net. Yeah, these young athletic goalies, and it's got to be so hard for these Can-Am teams because like last year, Dylan Sprents was there. I don't know if he's coming back again or not, but man, I tell you, and Randy Chrysler Jr. played phenomenal up in President's Cup. I believe he won the MVP for at least one of the games, but no, he didn't start much throughout the regular year. He got a few starts, but he came in cold into the President's Cup and
Mhm.
absolutely showed like yeah, he played great up there.
Sweet.
Yeah. It's interesting to see the way the President's Cup didn't quite turn out the way they wanted it, obviously. They got up there, they had some injuries right off the start. It was a rough go for Tusky, but obviously just got to be happy to really have made it.
Yeah, making it there is achievement itself, and then it's just you see what it takes to win there, and
Oh
some
yeah.
teams some teams have gone there and produced, and some teams have gone there and it's become a hard learning experience for them.
Yeah, I
But
think
either you bounce back and you keep pushing the next season.
Yeah, I think when I looked through, there was like 6 or 7 teams. I think Wikipedia told me 5, but I think when I actually counted the teams, there was 6 or 7 at least that were Can-Am teams that won the President's Cup. So it's definitely doable. But this year started early for the Can-Am, and they shortened the season up a little bit too. So it's been an interesting run. And you look at, I mean, Newtown, they they got going and they won the first one. Then they dropped one to Allegheny, which you're going to fill me in with some details. So you were at this 10-5 Allegheny game, right? Allegheny versus Onondaga.
Yes, down in Allegheny. Yep, I was down there. My kids all play for Onondaga, so we were down there for the minors games and stuck around to watch the men's game. And
So a
It was
lot of
pretty good.
times they do that where the minors team will come and then the juniors or seniors will essentially play at the same place. So the whole family travels and everybody's playing.
Yeah, yeah. It basically turns into like an all day thing. You'll have the peanut division playing at like say 9 or 10 a.m. and then they'll go all through the rankings all through the day. And then if there's not a junior game, then there'll be a couple hour break, and then the men come back and play in the evening.
Yeah, it's phenomenal. It really is a whole atmosphere. So who was coaching Allegheny? There was a surprise on the bench, I heard.
Oh man, I was surprised. It looked like I seen Billy D. Smith on the bench for the Allegheny Arrows. Man, that was pretty cool to see, and
Yeah.
you could it shows in their defense, man. I mean, we all know him to be a hard nosed, strong, shutdown defenseman for the Buffalo Bandits in his days, and
Well, and so he coached with the Halifax Thunderbirds last year. The previous year was not there this year, and yeah, no, that he is a tough. Why is he still walking with the lacrosse stick and a softball in his hand?
yeah, him standing on the bench with a stick in his hand.
Yeah, he does it. He's got a softball in it all the time. He
Yeah,
stands on the. He's got like a three-piece suit on, but he's got a freaking stick and a lacrosse ball. I love it. Yeah,
yeah.
he's a beauty. I mean that. So let's look at that again. And when you look at Allegheny, they gave up 9 goals in their first loss, 11 goals to the Warriors, who I haven't seen yet. Have you seen any of that Six Nations team?
No, I haven't yet. I haven't yet seen him. Just my brother's played against them once. My brother Cameron, he plays for Tonawanda.
So, oh wait, where's that
Oh,
game?
they played them. They played them in like a preseason,
Oh,
like
the
a little
preseason
preseason.
tournament you're talking.
Yeah, yep,
Yeah,
yep.
yeah, I
So it
didn't.
probably wasn't their full legit team. It was probably using a lot of tryout guys or whatnot. So I'm sure it wasn't their actual team, but probably majority of it. But I haven't
Yeah,
seen them play this year myself. I mean, they've been out of the league too for a couple of years. They used to have a team in the Can-Am regularly, but they
we're go-
fell out for a couple of years. It's good to hear of them being back in it.
Absolutely. We're going back. We're getting them on Sunday. They're playing Tonawanda, I believe. I think that's.
Oh, okay, cool. I
Oh,
might be there.
yeah, we're going to be there.
Yep. Yeah, I'll be there to watch my brothers.
No, more dudes, Josh. I'm sorry. I'm just reading this. More dudes had to back out, so unfortunately they won't be in the league. They were going to be in the league, which would have been amazing, but unfortunately at the very last minute something happened with that, so they will not be in. But no, I am super excited about that, Woody, and I'm pretty sure they are playing that Six Nations team. Let me check my calendar right now because I got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they are playing. I'm super excited. And actually, Saturday, Tonawanda's playing at Allegheny, but I'm guessing you're going to be in Buffalo.
Yeah, I'm going to go watch the Bandits. I'll be in Bandit Land.
I'm actually debating if I want to go to Allegheny. We ended up. I don't know if I'm going to Buffalo to watch the Bandits game. I was thinking about it, but now
Mhm.
I see that Allegheny Tonawanda game, and I'm like, ooh, I'm only going to make one other Allegheny game. I feel bad because Allegheny has been so great to Blue Squatch. They got us at so many games. One thing they do is they always hook us up with a room, and that has made us. It's made it so we can stream double games. The sponsors of this Can-Am, please support your local sponsors, people. We will definitely, as you're watching the game, we'll have everything up. So with all the descriptions and the links, so you can kind of check everything out. Woody's located in Seneca Falls, so it's about, I'd say you're what, in between Syracuse and Rochester, pretty much in the middle.
Yeah, yeah, right. That's a good way to describe it. Yep.
Yeah, I figured that out as we spend so much time on the highway, because that's whenever I text you, I'm like, hey, we're getting ready to go by your exit. You gonna be there? But
Yeah,
it's an absolute beauty to see it growing. I can't wait to get going this weekend. We might have a surprise game on Saturday. I doubt it. I think everybody's watching lacrosse. I don't know.
yeah,
That's the only reason I really want to make it is because you're going to get a ton of guys who are going to
yeah.
go watch Bandit Land game and yeah.
There's it's one of those weekends where there's too many good games,
There
and
is, and Josh
yeah.
says in the comments that you obviously mean the Firewolves game. Uh, you're going to the? Are you going to Albany, or you don't think you're going to make Albany?
No, I ain't gonna be able to make Albany, man. I got to be back. I got to ref a peanut game at 9 a.m. in Onondaga, so I'm gonna skip it and just watch it on the TV.
Yeah, I don't blame you there. Actually, Josh, he does come. He is one of those unfortunate Bandit fans who shows up to the Firewolves, den, and occasionally, although it's worked out pretty good for Us. I think it's good luck when we have Woody come. So maybe we'll have to hook you onto our tickets and get you down in the party zone hanging out with Josh one of these nights.
Heck yeah.
So let's go over some early predictions with the Can-Am. Obviously, I'm guessing you're going to go Tonawanda, but which team do you think is most likely to win the Can-Am this year?
I don't know, man. It's tough to say. It's a little too early for me to say, but I liked what I seen from Allegheny, man. They were looking pretty strong and pretty tough.
They were good. I was wondering how they were going to. Zach Miller destroyed his knee, so he's not going to be playing, I don't think, this summer. Sturos is still. Yeah, go Firewolves Crafty Beach in the comments. I love it.
Mhm.
Sturos is also, he's not playing for him yet, but he will be back in Allegheny, which is going to make their defense even better. So, with what you told me, Allegheny took Tusky. I think it went to overtime. It was a very close finals game, and I think, or yeah, it was a great series though. It went to the final game. Allegheny definitely could. When you look at how Tusky's Allegheny looked good, they were pretty deep.
They just had a phenomenal defense, man. They were all over it. They
Yeah,
were
but
all over it. They
how
were
was
all
their
over the loose balls, everything.
how was their size? Did they have like a couple lines,
Uh,
or was it?
they're pretty. They look pretty close to majority of the same team from last year. They just look like they've stepped up their attitude and their swagger, I guess you could say. And the 2 games I watched, they looked like they were firing on all cylinders
Oh,
early.
Whitcomb boys getting off and running.
Yep, yep, yep.
Yeah, I love. I can't wait, and that's the other reason I kind of want to get out there is because I love the Allegheny games. There is something special about that team and the offense and the way those guys play up front. And the Whitcomb style. The one's got just that Ty Hill. I love it. They like float out there on the floor. It's so cool to watch guys like go through. Are they scrimmaging yet out by you?
No, they just ended.
Oh, all right. I was going to say point
Yep.
it out there. We'll end too so you can wrap it up. Woody
All right.
Seneca, thank you so much
Yep.
for everything you do. This is the Onondaga Nation's arena that he is at. We appreciate everything you've done, Woody. We look forward to seeing you. Wait, well, I ain't going to say that yet. There might be a Woody sighting at a game that he might be playing at. I'll say that. But hopefully I'll see you Sunday. If you make it there, we'll stop over.
All right, cool. Well,
Me,
my boy just got done with practice here. Say hi. Say hi to Marky.
what's up, buddy? Yeah, well, I mean, they got a lot to do this year because they got gypped last year. Their championship we had to run for, but this year we have already got the dates booked. So as long as they can get there, we'll be there for that midget championship.
Yeah, man. Those are the ones I like. Why I like watching all the up and coming boys, man.
Oh
It's
my God.
exciting.
Tykes games are a blast. All right, thanks so much, Woody. Have a good night.
All
Drive
right, man.
safe.
See you later, Greg.